Hey, folks, Sir Charles Carey here with my man, Carl T. Smith. And
What's
as,
up, man?
and as you notice, there's no intro today. We just going live straight up, raw
There you
dog.
go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, man.
Got to
Today
do what
is,
we got to do.
that's it. That's it. Today is another opportunity for us to go in live. Tru-Mu podcast. True music is what it originally stands for, but it's all about creativity, all about innovation. And once again, we are here live. We got a few guests that are in the house. We got a few guests that may be joining us. And today we're talking to Soul City Collective and friends. We'll see who shows up, but the show goes on and the conversation will continue to go on as well. So without further ado or delay, we're going to bring in some of our guests. And I know Carl's got some questions. I'm going to have some questions, and we're just going to be open to the whole process. So we have none other than my sweetheart, Miss Sharon Parker. There she is. Hey.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
I am wonderful.
And we got Sam the God, also known as Sam Holiday. He's going to come on deck. There he is.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, they didn't have the green M&Ms. Can we do something for the next show?
I want the Gladys Knight treatment.
I don't know what that is. But let's see what else we got. Okay, so anyway, look, guys, I just wanted to say first and foremost, man, we had a great time on November 1st, not just because it was my birthday, not just because it's Scorpio season.
Happy birthday.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, maybe because it was those things. Oh man, but look, we have candid conversations here, folks, where we talk about everything that everything that comes to mind. So like I said, there may be some other folks on board, but we had the show on the 1st. Again, it was my birthday. It was definitely the debut of a new song I got, which Sam Holiday, aka Sam the God, was the arranger on, and I think that was done well. So I just want to get some feedback from you guys. How did you take in the show? How was it to you guys? Because you guys were there and you heard the band, you heard everything, the comedian, you heard everything.
How do we determine who goes first? Do we raise a hand or just jump in?
Jump in, get wet.
I let Sharon go. I'll be Mike's in your hands, Sharon.
Okay, I tell you, I thought it was an awesome production. I think that, all of the band, everyone in the band members did an excellent job. I was totally impressed with the turnout. It was standing room only. So, it was a very, very successful event. The music was wonderful. The food was great. And the wine and whiskey tasting, I can benefit from that. But I tell you, the lines were long. So it was a very, very, very successful event. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Man, they had a line outside the door. I saw people. I felt bad. I was like, "Hey, it's chilly out there. Can we let them in?" But I didn't want to rock the boat, so I said, "Shut up."
That was my feedback. I mean, Nikki did an excellent job. Sharice did an excellent job. Each one of the band members. I mean, I couldn't believe. I mean, you all really, really came together very well. It was like a very professional event, and the songs were, the selections of the songs were perfect. It was a great event. I just felt that it was a perfect executed production.
Great.
I appreciate that. You got any questions for her, Carl?
Well, what would be the highlight of that for you that night? Would it be the performance from the infamous Sir Charles, or the dance move from the infamous Sir Charles, or the spin from the infamous Sir Charles, or?
I think it was just everything. I mean, the atmosphere was good. You had very, very, diverse people in there, young, people, middle-aged people, older people were there. I mean, the atmosphere was just wonderful. It's like it was no drama, no bad energy. It was like a perfect, event. And then the songs were just amazing. I mean, great singers, great performers. Chuck, who was doing the guitar, right? Your keyboard, your drummer. I mean, everyone just did like an outstanding job. So I would say the whole night was a constant, just feeling good because the atmosphere and the energy was just right. It was everything.
Was the how about the sound? What did he say about the sound? The sound was
Great question. I heard a few singers. Nikki mentioned that she couldn't hear herself sing because I guess the band wasn't too loud, but maybe loud for the singers because they're singing, right? But being a guest in the audience, I could hear, and they all sound great. So even though they may not have heard themselves, the way it projected, we couldn't hear any glitches. It was, to me, I mean, I'm sure Del may have felt the same, but they came across they pronounced their songs and they were in tune. So they may not have heard themselves, but we sitting in the audience heard good music.
Okay.
What about you, Sam?
Okay, so I didn't want to butt in. And you always have to either put a filter or a time clock on me because I kind of go in my own directions at times.
Yeah, we heard about that lately. We got I think it was a text message from Kentucky that said, "Watch this guy." So I didn't know what that meant.
Speed it up. He's long-winded. But I think for me, there's a couple of things from my view. I don't want to answer the questions until I'm asked the questions. But from my view, Charles, I saw the whole thing as an escape from reality. And I say that because what we're going through in the universe, it's good to have that brief escape and laugh and hear great music and see great talent. And I like the way you kind of touched on it, but you didn't dive into it. You touched on it and then you moved on. So it's almost like having an amazing dream or watching a movie and something happens to pull you out of the movie. That's how I felt about the performance. I felt like I was in it. I kind of got to forget about my own personal struggles, frustrations, and I really got to enjoy the night and enjoy the performance.
Well, I don't want to stop you, but if you can keep us booked, we'll keep you dreaming.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I definitely appreciate that. In fact,
really,
now that you just said that, there's no clock for you. Keep going. Keep going.
I feel like I underpaid. I paid $25 at the door. I really feel like I got a way more expensive performance from the comedian, from the selection of songs. You didn't have one song that I felt like maybe you could have did something. I think every song, and then you provided your personal song, which was right up there. You couldn't tell, you couldn't tell that it was any different. I thought it was written by Smokey Robinson. So, yeah, I know I'm gonna get a check this from saying this. But, it was an amazing show, man. I really enjoyed myself. I had a front row seat. I didn't hear, if you didn't reveal that there was any glitches, I wouldn't have known, and I was right up front. I could tell that it really appeared that a lot of time was put into the show. Usually when you have shows, there's sound glitches, trying to get the mic right in the beginning. Like you all just started and was on fire from first minute, from intro to closing, man. It was you and I told you that y'all need to take this thing on the road.
Put the check in the mail now, okay? The damn holiday. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll carry speakers, whatever you need me to do. I'm willing to be a part of whatever.
Good. I definitely appreciate that. Wow, that speaks volumes. Any comments Carl, on this. This is the crew right here. We had the comedian, the Duke of Comedy, Terrence Hawkins, and this is the whole crew, the vocalist, the band. You know, we had a horn, keyboard, bass, guitar, and then the three vocalists of us. We were up front,
Mm-hmm.
but well delivered, well executed. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys' input. What kind of questions you may have for Sam? Carl?
Well, Sam, what do you do? Are you into the music business?
Yeah, I'm coming out of retirement, you could say.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you. I've lost myself, but now I'm back on the island. So you want to know what I do? Everything I do, or
well, the reason why I'm asking because I'm trying to get a if you're in the music thing, I want to get a more professional opinion on the event itself or how it was going. I mean, I know as a person sitting there, but if you were, let's say, an engineer or a musician or whatever the case may be, I wanted your angle on that part from that angle.
So he may try to skate. Let me tell you, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, and he's an artist. So he's been around music. He said he made an escape and came back, but he's been around the business for quite some time. He may have left, but he's back, so he knows a few things. So now, don't move back, though.
All right, here we go then. So from a songwriter's point of view, what did you think about Sir Charles's song?
No, I like the content. I like the movement of the song. And I like that it sound modern like anything on the radio. That's what conveyed over to me listening to the song. And he had the band do it live. And so, I did the arrangements. Of course, everything is digital these days, computerized. And I think I played it for Charles. And I called him and I said, "Hey, Charles, I got something for you. I don't know what you could do with it." And basically send it over to him, and he took it to the next level. So, and I think I have a good ear when it comes to music, and what audience want to hear. So, yeah, I was pleased with of how he executed the song, the arrangements, everything.
And the song's called "It's You."
It's You. Okay. All right. And you did the music on that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very cool. How long did it take you to do the music?
It didn't take very long. As I'm working on my own album, you come across different sounds and trying different things, and you say, you also have songs that's not for you, but they may be for someone else.
Sure.
I've been begging this guy for years for a song. Oh, what happened to him? Hopefully his battery didn't die.
No, it didn't.
I've been begging this guy for years. Yo, man, why don't you write something for me, man? Yo, come on, man. Oh, I got you. He been getting me and having me for years, and finally
came through.
I actually have. I was talking to Nicole. Since the juices ran, I was talking to Nicole. I was actually working on a song called "Come to My Room" that I think I'm gonna sing you either tonight or tomorrow. That I think you'll enjoy too.
World, y'all heard that? It's live. Okay.
Hold me to it.
No, but I've been listening to him for years. We've all been in music for a long time. I may have been involved longer, but ever since I've known him from the production side, I know that he has a good ear and he's a good producer. And like he said, he has some things he may feel that are not for him. But I know that the way that he attacks or approaches music, he can write R&B, he can write hip hop, probably even pop, which really is only popular music. But he's got a good ear. And I told him, give me your trash, please. Just give me the trash stuff. All the stuff you really think sucks. Because when he introduced this the music for this together for me. Literally, no exaggeration, immediately when he started playing, the words started coming in my mind, and those same words stuck until the final production, the arrangement and everything. So I know what he's capable of. In fact, let me see if I can play a little bit of what the song conveys.
I'm trying to get.
You set me on fire. When I think of you, I get warm inside. My head starts spinning, then I open my eyes. I don't know how things are gonna be. What I do know.
So that's a little bit of how what the song goes, you know. And I had my team from Affordable Advertising throw the video together. So, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So now what did you think about the night?
Well, you know, you're talking to me, right?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You.
You know, they say we're our own worst enemy.
And I want to know what the worst enemy has to say.
The worst enemy was like, you know, and why?
What was wrong?
Well, for me, on one of the songs we were covering, and because I couldn't hear myself the way I would have liked to have heard myself, I didn't think that we were doing one part of the show was doing Nikki entered the studio. Okay, where's she at? Let me see. Hold on. Let me throw my glasses on. Someone just came into the room. So let's see. Where is she? No, that's not her. Where's she at? Oh, okay, she is. There she is. Okay, yeah. At one point, I felt we were doing a kind of a mix, not really a medley. It was only 2 songs, but we was doing this mix, and we were doing "Share My Life" by Kim, and the crescendo of the song, I didn't hit it the way I wanted to. And even though, look, out of all the songs we did, this one song that I was like, oh man, you know, internally, I'm like, I want to do it over, right? Which, you know,
do it over.
You know, so I'm like, I can't wait to do another show. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna nail that song. And I had a chance to hear a little bit of the video, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't still where I wanted it to be,
right?
But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So yeah, you know, it was like, okay. So I think for sure we pulled it off, and all the other people outside of myself that I've spoken with were really complimentary of the overall performance. They loved the ladies singing their songs. They loved the band, everything that we did as a collective. So yeah, so I found out, you know, like normal, you don't always gotta be so hard on yourself. And even if you do, you know, next time you just be a little more prepared or do whatever you need to do. That's all.
You wouldn't be you if you wasn't hard on yourself. So
true that.
You know, what would you do different?
Only thing I would do different, probably get rest more, which sometimes your nervous energy prevents you from being in your normal resting state. I know for me anyway, because I'm ready. The moment I know I got a show, I'm ready. I'm ready all day. I'm ready. But what else I would do differently? Honestly, not much other than the marketing aspect of promoting to build up to the show. You know, yeah. But as far as performance, I don't think I would have done much different in the actual performance of the show. Yeah.
Excellent. Good. All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So, Charles, how would, in your mind, how would that been a benefit if you marketed the event more? Because it was sold out.
I know. And look, there are people that had bought tickets in advance that did not come. And there were people that were waiting to get in that could not come in. But in my mind, you know, you market, you promote to the hilt. But I had no idea that it would be that. Had no idea that it would be sold out. I just didn't know. So those efforts would have been in vain, basically.
No, not really.
I think I may know where Charles, where Dale's question may be coming from, and you and I talked about it a little bit. But for the most part, this was your coming out for your band, and it was your baby. But it was also about your song. So any marketing, especially when you're doing a major event across the board, is going to do what you wanted to do, which is to help to get your brand out there, help to get your product out there. And I know a lot of times, even as a speaker, you talk about, landing deals at the end, getting people to buy in on what you're doing. It's one thing to come out and come to an event and have a wonderful time, but at the end of the day, when you got people saying, I want to download that video, that song, I want to purchase that song, that's that lead, that you need to always be marketing. And like right now, taking advantage of the opportunity to say, how can I get this successful event out there more? How can I make sure that more people hear my music, download my songs, buy my songs? What's the ultimate goal as you do the creativity and the entertainment?
Wow, I couldn't have said that better myself, because that was spot on. And he asked me the question, and that aspect over my own head. But I see we have Nikki here too. Darling Nikki, how you doing? I don't know if she can take herself off mic. It looks like she may be driving. When you're ready, Nick, please feel free to jump. Oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm off mute. Yes, I am driving, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to pop in. And I was listening to you all so far, and I was thinking about what you said about the song where you really felt like you really wanted to execute it. And you listened to it and it wasn't that bad, and you really wanted to like a do-over with that one. But what I was thinking was, as being a part of, your event as well, what I was thinking was it was kind of hard to tell. And to me, it was hard to tell because the sound, the band was a little louder than we kind of wanted it to be for singing purposes. It was perfect that we could hear and everybody could hear crystal clear in the front, the back, the sides. But it was kind of hard to gauge, even for me, because I felt like I could hear them over me. So I understand how you felt. Like I wasn't sure, how it came out or how it turned out, because I kind of felt the same way. And the band is awesome. But to me, the sound and the sound system makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I think our monitors did not serve us as best as they could.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask. The monitors, I can't recall if there were monitors in the front.
Yeah, they were.
They were?
One for the vocalist, one for the piano player, but he said he had his own, so I'm not really sure how that worked. And I don't know if everyone else had monitors, but I know one for the vocalist that was to the right of us, and one for the keyboard player that was in front, but I don't know if he utilized it. So yeah. But I must say, while we had Nikki off of mute, Nicole, in rehearsal, was working on the song where we soloed everyone and introduced everyone, because I know from being in bands for years, the singers, we get all the praise. We out there smiling, shiny suit or fancy moves and all that. And that's what's supposed to. But I think it's just so important when you have a nice unit that you acknowledge your band. So even when it wasn't my band, because I did that in a show a couple of months ago, it wasn't my gig, and I'm just a background singer, but I thought it was so important. So in my segment, they gave me a song to sing. I introduced the band because I just wanted them to, be recognized. And for this show, which is my show, I wanted Nicole, well, all the musicians, but when Nicole did her ad lib, her improvising on, I think it was Get Down On It, I was like, wow, she man, Jack, she made it work, Jack. I was like, go, Nikki. You know, she sounded good. You know, the rehearsal was good and the performance was good too. You know, I mean, everyone was good. Her and Sharice nailed it. But I'm not sure if I've heard Nicole ad lib or improvise in such a manner before. I've heard her sing many times now, but I don't know if I've ever heard her do something like that. And for me, that was a first for me. So I was like, wow, go Nick. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
you shocked me too. I thought you was going to do some rapping on that for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
That would have been all the way out of my comfort zone, but okay.
Right.
Whatever works.
Right. No doubt.
That's funny. No, it was good. I mean, you know, I like to be a person who is like rehearsed, kind of polished or whatever. But it's good to be in a space where you're just kind of doing your own thing. And you just doing it off the cuff and you haven't had time to rehearse it, and it just whatever comes to you, whatever you're feeling, whatever the groove is at that time, sometimes can just take you there. And the band absolutely took me there.
That's great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
What other questions you got, Carl?
So when's the next go round? When's the next event?
Well, we are definitely in talks now. There's a venue called the Lisp, Lisp Lounge close by.
Oh, I know about Lisp.
You know about Lisp?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it used to be in Fuse, I believe.
Yeah. So I got a phone call today, actually, as I was going out. Sharon and I were going out, and I got a call today from one of the owners. And so we're looking at working with them, doing something there. And then I was in talks with Maryland Live. Haven't made the contact yet, but Maryland Live Casino. And I'm also looking at the, let's say I get them mixed up, Anne Arundel. There's one over there. And I'm just looking at all options, you know, because we have a tight unit. The musicians, they are professional, you know, they play a lot. They play around, and they like what we've done as a collective. So if I can keep that synergy, that chemistry, I would like to do that because we work well together. So that's definitely high on my agenda, as well as, of course, the other side of the microphone.
Good.
I have a question. As it relates to your, you know, the targeted audience for your type of performance, the band and the singers, who are you gearing it towards? Because you come across to me, and I'm not a music person, so I don't sing, and this is not my area of expertise. So forgive me if I don't ask the question right. But who's your targeted audience? Because you have, you know, this old school, you know, type of Osley Brother type of Gap band type of thing going on. So who's your targeted audience?
The Isley Brothers and the Gap Band. No, let me stop. No, honestly, it's what I would call the grown and sexy or the mature crowd, which is, I would say, from the 70s to current, because there are a lot of artists or people that listen to music that are maybe in their 40s that like that same style of music. So if you're from 40 years old on up, I would say, not trying to eliminate people younger, because some younger people, especially musicians, they know where the music comes from, and it all comes from the older stuff.
They mimic it.
Yeah. So that's our target audience, 40 plus crowd, I would say.
Okay. And then you also said at the event, now we can't get away from the fact that it was your birthday, you know, event, and the production was geared around, you know, your feel for love for family, love for relationship, love for community. And you shared that a few times, which was really, really powerful. So I'm trying to get to the question of, it seems like some of your, a lot of your songs may be slow romantic songs. Have the band thought about doing any like maybe fast songs that people can potentially dance to? Hint, hint. I know Dale does rapping and stuff. So anything that can make us, jump up and want to move, because I am an R&B person, and I love rap music, and I love R&B music, and I love dancing. I love slow songs as well, but a lot of times I just want to get up and just shake a rug, cut a rug, however they say it.
Fast songs are for suckers. First of all,
Oh,
let's make that clear. No, pull your laptop lid down a little bit. Sure.
You always tell me that.
No, I do have some that are, I think, very marketable, just as marketable as that. But at the core of who I am, I'm a ballad guy, but I like mid-tempo and I like slow songs. Trying to see if I have anything loaded. Most of my stuff is to the slower tempo, but Play the Fool, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's slow.
So what's, Charles, do you know the BPMs? What we talking about, 88 BPM, beats per minute? What?
Maybe anywhere between 90 and 120, but it's a funny thing about music. I've seen 120, and to me, it don't seem all that fast. I don't know why, but yeah, I have a few. I think the majority of the songs I've written have been ballad oriented, or slow mid-tempo. They say mid-tempo, but it seems still to be on the slow side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm down with up tempo to write some songs or collaborate on some songs that are fast. Like, I think I did a song, Everybody Knows You, and that's a little faster. Look, obviously I can't think off the top of my head because most of them are slow. But yeah, good point though.
Yeah, that's a great point. If I can jump in, the way that I see it, like working on this album now, which is actually finished. One of the things that excite me is the diversity. So I pay attention to the BPMs to try to make sure I don't have 5 songs around the same BPM range. And you feel, when you eat, you have a feel of fullness. And that's how an album should be. If we're talking about an album, I feel like an album should provide fullness. And it provides fullness when you have a different range of songs, slow songs, maybe a song about a female, maybe a song about your struggles, maybe a song about Friday night, it's your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something about conditions of the war, something political, something spiritual. I feel like when you provide that type of art for the universe, they can appreciate it more because it's diverse. You're not just a one-trick pony, if you will.
Good point.
Yeah,
I was just sneaking a quick look at my discography, and I do have a couple of other songs that are a little faster than your standard ballad, and thank goodness it's got good feedback. So you make a valid point, Sharon. The song is called "You're Sexy." People like "You're Sexy."
yeah, I like You're Sexy.
Yeah, so watch it, man.
I told you that. Oh no! What they say? Pole.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, You're Sexy. Everybody knows, and I'm sure there's like 1 or 2 others. But my favorites, it's like your songs. A lot of times they're like your children. It's like you lend yourself to the song that just comes naturally to you, and you enjoy singing. And but even Carl told me when they came down and we did the show over at the MPK that some of the people that was coming down to support him was talking about "You're Sexy," so to me. So I was like, okay. So it's
always the hook, a catchy hook. You know, that catchy hook. It more than anything is the catchy hook. But I got a question, Sheriff. Name me 3 songs that you really, really like.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh my
Me?
The reason why I'm asking, listen, this is why I'm asking you, because we have I do a little bit of music. So we kind of have a thing where we stuff that we like and stuff that, you know, we do. But we need to listen to the people who listen to it.
Okay, so one of my favorite songs is by Beyonce, Jay-Z, and DJ Khaled, which is "Shining." That's one of my favorite songs. I like any and everything Shaka Khan, and I like any and everything. God, who's the? It's so many artists I like. So I mean, one of the not being in entertainment, I don't know the names of the songs, or I don't know the the type of the artist or whatever. But what I do know is when I feel like dancing, it's just certain songs that makes me do that, and there's a lot of them. So
I'm sorry, were you asking in general, or you asking about 3 songs that Charles created?
No,
he was asking.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about Charles' song. I know about Charles' song.
Okay.
No,
Shining would be the number one on the top of my list because that just gets me.
Which one?
Shining by
Shining.
by,
that song.
Beyonce and Jay-Z. Love It to Life. Against all the Shaka Khan songs and Tina Marie songs. I love her songs. So that's the kind of music I like to listen to all the time. Anything fast beat, the rap songs, I love rap if it's somewhat clean, but I can't give you the actual names of the songs. I'm just not knowledgeable enough about the names.
No, you said a whole lot.
Okay.
A whole lot there. I got it.
For a guy that don't do a lot of music, he got some good inspiration, some good ideas, some good stimuli.
That's right.
So we just have Janice McMillan Thorne, excuse me, come on board. Her sister actually has done shows with me. We've done shows together, but she and her husband and her sister came out to the show. Janice, please give us some feedback on, your likes or dislikes or whatever your takeaways were from the show.
Well, I will say this. I had never been to Mix and Mingle before, and the ambiance was really appealing. It brought you in. I love the artwork on the walls. I mean, I just didn't know. When I heard Coffee Lounge, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's going to be really a coffee lounge. And it is. You're right, Starbucks. But when I walked in and just saw how it was all arranged, I was like, okay, this is going to be a nice evening. Tim's going to join me as well. And I was like, oh my God, this is definitely the atmosphere that I know is going to be amazing. And just everything, the ambiance, the crowd, what did you think, Tim?
Oh, I thought it was great. Seems like we don't have too many places around here that have that type of ambiance and the music and the whole setup, and the food was good too. So I mean, we enjoyed it, especially the
beignets.
What's that? What's beignet?
We were right there where the window was, where the
the cooks.
Where the cooks were, and we ordered one order of beignets, and then we ate that, and then ordered another one, and then we're shouting through the window, telling the cook, these beignets are just amazing.
So what are beignets? I don't know what that is.
It's like a fluffy pastry that originated in New Orleans.
Oh wow!
And we were telling him that his beignets are even more delicious than the ones that I had in New Orleans. Yeah.
Oh, they was great.
They were off the chain.
We're gonna have to try those.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and Charles, you sounded real good.
You were amazing.
The ladies was good.
Bless your heart. Appreciate that.
We enjoyed the music and everything. I've been to some of your other meetings on
On the sleeping
empowerment,
side.
so forth. But the music was good. I really enjoyed that.
Wow.
Really
And how you
enjoyed
came
that.
into
Nice
the
space.
audience,
Yes.
that was
Yeah,
good.
that's
wasn't it?
showmanship.
Showmanship.
Thank
He
you.
was showing off, but
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
You
That's
know.
right.
Look, I'm an old ham. I learned from the old cat.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
What
nice.
kind of questions you got, Carl?
So, you said you were sitting by the window.
We
Where
were
the chef
sitting
is.
by the
The kitchen window.
kitchen window.
Oh, by the kid. Oh, you had Tommy Davidson come in the window and go out. You had to
Was
be
he there?
Yeah, right. So okay. So the sound where you were by the kitchen, how was that?
Oh, it was good.
Good question.
It was good.
It was good.
You made friends with the cook,
I
right?
like the space and everything, but the music did have you want to get up and dance a little bit and so forth. But it wasn't the space for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you could sit back and enjoy the music, like listen to jazz or something like that. But it
More
was
of a lounge.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And they're pretty consistent. I've been there multiple times, so that's
So they have a different band every week.
I'm not sure every week, but they have performances. They have a band, and it's a class just like you witnessed for yourself. Pretty classy.
Yeah.
Older group, such as everybody that's on this call. Never any issues.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's owned by us, African Americans, but
I believe
it's pretty consistent.
Mhm.
I enjoy going there, and I enjoy the consistency.
I did see a band there prior, just a couple of weeks. Sharon and I were there just to grab a bite, I believe.
Yes.
And honestly, a friend of mine who's a guitarist and a studio engineer, his band was playing there, and we just decided to stay and check out the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was good. It was good.
And I would truly tell you all, we've been living in this area for at least 25 years. And I'm telling you, I don't know it's like something has opened up in Maryland, and especially in Prince George County, where there's a lot of us who are now kind of concentrated in certain areas, but it's producing some of the stuff I used to read about in history books, like, Black Wall Street. We got restaurants, we got nice hotels, we got grocery stores. It's like we're coming back to the community, and it's unified. So when I shared earlier that the atmosphere was just so good, the energy was so good at the event. It was like standing room only, and it was 95, maybe 98% African American, but it was like, wow, this is happening in Clinton,
Yeah.
which was surprising to me. Honestly, it was very surprising. So I don't know what has shifted out here in the communities, but it's not just Clinton now. I've noticed it in Waldorf. I noticed it in Largo, in Landover. There's a lot of up and coming businesses, restaurants, hotels, different places where people are just thriving.
Well, and if it's happening in this economy within the last, I guess, 2 years, I would say that's pretty amazing, knowing all the friction that we've all been, we're all succumbing to. I'll put it like that. But I think something that you share with me, Sharon, is something that Dell spoke to at the top of the show, that people have an opportunity of going to places like this and letting their hair down, getting a release, and just letting go, appreciating, the environment, the vibe, the groove, the flow, and then they can get back to their normal life. And if that saves someone, whatever, a little stress, whatever, then job well done,
Totally.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I want to when I get a moment, come back to what Sharon stated.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. So some of you know here, I just got back from Louisville, Kentucky, and I had the experience. I went to the 12th annual convening for DC United, Cities United. I'm sorry, Cities United. And it's an organization that work in a lot of the states to bring down violence prevention and intervention, mainly urban gun violence. And we did site visits, and I visited a community called Russell's, a place of promise. And this was a place that they said was equivalent to Black Wall Street back in the day. And it was just amazing to hear the history there when it comes to Black and brown folks. The business district, one of the largest businesses there was a Black-owned insurance company that employed over 700 people. But to hear the history, and of course, I try to hit every Black business. That's why I was looking for, where are the Black businesses? I want to go spend my money amongst African Americans. Nothing against anybody else, but I wanted to stay in that energy and supporting them while I was down there. And I've met some incredible people and what they were able to do housing-wise for low-income housing. They actually did a land trust where only, low people with low incomes can reside in this specific area in Russell's. So nobody can come in and gentrify. No one can buy up the land. It's there. And it used to be public housing. And so the people who purchased them homes, they have ownership. And I didn't see one piece of trash on the ground, no graffiti. They look out for one another. Man, it was just, I was just near tears to see that, all the things that we think of can be possible. They are possible in different places of the world.
Yeah.
But they were very innovative, and they did not wait for the government to fix their problems. They came up with a solution, and they were able to access government funds to make it happen. So I have to give, those people a shout out. The brother Kevin, who's a land developer, and Miss Jackie, who's a hell raiser. You got to have an agitator in order to change some things when it comes to Black folks,
Props to the disruptors, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of farmers are actually renting out part of their land for other things, like cell towers and bases, so energy bases like they got in Virginia. But DC and Maryland has been on a uprise for the last 7-8 years, actually, with growth for sure. I work in the post office, and that's what I do. I deal with all the new buildings, everything new that comes up in DC and Maryland comes through me for post approval for delivery. So I worked on the phase 1 of the wharf, phase 2 of the wharf, Walter Reed, everything that's coming up. They building cities all over. Out there in Waldorf, I got so much coming up. I was there with Timothy.
Waldorf is crazy.
Timothy Branch, and down there even in Brandywine, down to Upper Marlboro, all the way down to Plata, dealing with stuff now in the Plata. But growth is inevitable right there. I don't know where the people coming from. All the apartment buildings that's being built around here in DC and in Maryland, and I know the rent on them is expensive.
Yes.
Okay, I know for a fact, and I'm talking about. I just looked at one bedroom, $5,100 a month.
Oh my God.
I got a building down there at the Navy Yard, where the top floor, the penthouse, 2-bedroom up there, rents for $10,000 a month.
My God.
That ain't for us, that's for sure.
And then like up there where Nanny Fannie Mae used to be. Right there, they done built up over there like crazy, and they put stuff in there, stores, restaurants, banks, daycares, everything in there, so people don't have to go out. So the ones that work from home is in heaven, and the ones that got to go out when they come home, they don't have to go back out. So that's their plan all over the city and Maryland as well, because got it going on right there in Bowie, right there by Rips. Whole nother city coming up over there. So it's all over.
Yeah.
Well, Waldorf had enough. We don't want any more development.
Well, I think PG County, the Charles County, all these counties, Montgomery County, they getting too much like DC, because DC they building in every alley, every corner.
That's what they doing out here.
Between, yeah. But see, y'all got a little land out there.
So we look.
And can I go back to what you said, Samuel, about the where you was at in Kentucky?
Louisville.
Louisville. I think that's great what some people are doing. Black Wall Street was amazing when it existed, and the white people just got jealous.
Yeah.
And that's that's where it's at now with everything that's going on. If something like that could be formed again, I think it would be amazing. But the problem with us now is trusting people, because you see too many people in power that's always trying to get over some way to get a little bit more. They're already making good, but they want more.
Right.
But something has shifted, guys. Something has shifted because it's happening. I'm here to tell you it is happening.
Yeah.
What's that exactly?
That unity, that Black Wall Street-ness. Okay, it is happening. And those who got the memo got the memo.
Yeah.
Everyone did not get that memo, but the ones who did, they have these nice bars. They have these restaurants. They have these hotels. They have these, resources that we may have, some of us may have just slept on.
Yeah.
Well,
and you know what? I'm sorry. And you know what, Sharon? There's a place, I can't recall the name, but there's a place in Texas. And it's nothing but millionaires, mostly African American millionaires. They're doctors, they're in the pharmaceutical company, they're in IT, and it's just a whole community of blacks that's just wealthy and moving the needle when we think about it. So I know from our middle class view, we may not see all that, but it actually exists in multiple places across the United States.
Fort Washington is one place. And I was just listening to something today. Fort Washington, one of the richest places for African Americans live at.
Really?
Yeah, because you got a lot of people down there that own a lot of businesses and so forth, on the water and so forth. It's a lot. It was just came out today.
Wow.
I forgot what I was looking at.
And I think that those that have the doctors and lawyers that are used to that kind of wealth and being a part of that kind of wealth, I mean, they're used to that, right? But I think that we're in a dispensation right now where now we have to start finding our way back to ourselves. And that's why I think, what they're proposing for November 25th to December 2nd, the blackout, I think that's the first leg of us understanding that our dollars have to stay in our community, that we have to find community, so that, because that's the only way that we're going to ride this wave right now, it's the only way.
I agree. I saw somewhere where they were saying, if we let them realize, obviously by us taking control, that we decide whatever the period of time is, that we're not buying, we're not spending with them, and we hold on to our dollars. Because let's be real, I think most of us on this call pretty much have everything we want and everything we need. So do we need another Amazon this? Do we need another Apple that? And I'm an Apple fanatic. So the answer truly is no. So if we let them see we're refraining from being just consumers, then they're going to wonder, well, what the heck happened? And we're going to see them scurrying about to, 30% less now, 50% less. Like, I'm a gamer now. I don't play as much as I used to, but one of the most popular games out is 2K, basketball game. 2K26 came out. Carmelo Anthony's on the cover. Okay, we know he's not playing. The game used to be like $39 and then $49. Now the game is about $69 for the game. The game came out October, whatever it is. Maybe 2 weeks after the game came out, it's all of a sudden now available for 30% less.
Wow.
See, So they know that they're gouging people regardless. So if we decide that we're not going to, I mean, Christmas is still Christmas. And honestly, it's not really about the spending. It became about that from a commercial perspective. Same thing with Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, and all the rest of that. Can't you enjoy these holidays or these quote unquote holidays without giving your money away to these box stores? Of course we can. And we have to recondition our thinking to create the impact.
So
Because
can I make a recommendation?
yeah, literally shut it down. I don't mean
Well,
stop
I was
it altogether, but not doing it the way that we traditionally have, because we realize what's at stake. We realize that we're trying to make a point, a statement.
So my recommendation would be we start on this platform right now. We would start with purchasing each one of another's products and services that we know this group have right now amongst ourselves. And Sir
Yes.
Charles, with your music out there and everything, don't miss the opportunity on putting that link in where people can download your music and listen to some good stuff as we, come together. Start saying, I'm gonna commit to purchasing some of these artists that I know is about bringing the community together. So I just wanted to throw a little plug in there.
Right. So independent artists,
Yeah.
independent authors, independent contractors, independent accountants, independent lawyers. It's really, that should be the focus. We're going to buy black back.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that I know we talk it, but we have to really live it.
Yes.
I remember many moons ago, I was taking a sociology class, and I hated sociology because I always heard the worst about us as a people and the greatness of all these other, the Asians were the smartest, Europeans had the money, the capital, the businesses, but there was a class where it said that the dollar stayed in the black community for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, I think today it may not be 3 hours, but when they talked about other nationalities, they say it stayed in their household for days, and that's because they spend amongst their own people, not their household, but their community.
Community, yeah.
They spend amongst themselves, their butchers, their car dealership, their real estate person. They spend their money amongst themselves, which we have to find avenues to be able to do that as much as we can, because we're not in some of those fields, but we have to figure that out. And I think now is a great opportunity, because we don't just hear rumblings of where we are. We see presentations. We see it every day on how people really feel about us. We see it in our communities. When you talk about urban gun violence, you see it with redlining. You see it with systemic racism. Without, I don't want to jump on that soapbox, but you see it within society. As a person who worked in a nonprofit and for government, I've seen both sides. I've come from poverty, great poverty, and I've seen the opposite side of upper middle class. But having this lens to be able to do this work and work with disenfranchised, underserved communities, you definitely see that we can do much better. But we as a people, we have to get back to the blueprint. We have to go back to the basics. We got to stop, some of the things that we're doing. More marriage, income, looking at our income, looking at education.
Stop wasting, and
those are the things.
Finding saving them coins and maybe putting it in an Acorn or Robinhood account. Deciding that we're only going to spend lavishly maybe once a quarter or once a month. Stuff like that makes a huge difference.
But guess what, y'all?
What's that?
We really don't need much.
Oh, for sure.
And I say that because what did you buy during COVID?
Nothing.
COVID taught us that you really don't need much. All that running around you was doing, all that, you stayed at home. You spend more time with your quality time with your family. You hopefully did some stuff to your home because you couldn't go anywhere else. You hopefully did some stuff. I did some stuff to my yard I didn't think I would ever do.
Oh, your yard got a chance to know you, huh?
And I just want to piggyback on that because, I was released from my HR contract job in April. So I've been unemployed since then. And I am so grateful for Tim because he's been holding things down in our household. But before I got let go, we go out to dinner. We would, just do all of the things that we really, really wanted to do. Now for our trips, we had saved up in advance. But Tim and I were just talking the other night about how, we hadn't been able to do a lot of the going out to dinner or going to this or going to that. But when we came to the show Saturday night, it was such a big treat for us because we hadn't been doing a lot of that. And we were just talking about that the other night, weren't we?
Yeah, and what she mean too is we just got back from Japan in September. So we haven't done much after that. Until
or even before that, you know.
So
well, that's 6 trips within itself. So
but you know what? But that's what I mean when I say in our age range and with the mentality that we have. I'm just talking about the people on this call. Now we all have friends in our same age range. Give or take a 10, 20-year span, 10 years up or 10 years down. Okay. So imagine if our sphere of influence decided the same thing that we're discussing. Okay, we're going to try to trim the fat. We're not going to spend as much. Perhaps once a month or once a quarter, we'll do something lavish. That way, all the waiting and the sacrifice, we can appreciate what the sacrifice was for. So when you came out to the event, you had a great time. Someone waited on you. You had entertainment, you had comedy, you had music, you had good food. So whenever you're next time doing it for the next couple of months until the top of the year, then you can do it again because you've sacrificed from November to January or whatever it's going to be. But each group, we can make our own agreement that we're not going to waste. We're not going to be ordering every day from Uber Eats or wherever it is. We're going to intentionally save our money, huh?
Amazon is the devil.
Amazon is the devil. I like going to Amazon. I'll go to Amazon just to look. It's like window shopping. But honestly, me personally, I have everything I need. There was one point I had 5 Mac computers.
Hey.
I'm down to just 2. I feel bad, but but I'm just saying, the point is that's part of the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Make it worth your while, because when you look after that 2 or 3 months, or maybe it's just a month, whatever, you can say, okay, what have I accomplished? I decided not to order out every week or every weekend. What have I accomplished? And you really had to be honest, and you got to be hard on yourself. How are we going to teach the next generation if we can't even do it ourselves?
That's right.
That's true.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. We have to have discipline. We have to hold each other accountable. No, babe. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Come on. We got 2 more weeks, and then we can go out, do whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Let me play something for y'all, since y'all talking about shameless plugs. This is the actual recording. It's a little snippet of what you heard.
You set me over. When I think of you, I get warm inside. My head starts spinning, then I open my eyes. I don't know how
It's you. That's the actual recording that y'all heard the band played live. Now, you heard that little snippet. Do you think the band accurately represented that song from those that were, in the audience that the band played? Did it sound like that to you?
To me, it did.
It did to me too. Yeah.
That was good.
They were
And the
excellent.
band was on point. Yeah.
Mhm.
And and so I played that because I don't think everyone was here when I played it at the top of the hour. But if you don't want something, suggest it for someone else. If you don't need something, suggest it for someone else. But still, if we could keep this ecosystem all within ourselves, and I don't know who's going to designate the time frame. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we can do it in pockets. The six of us, or these six squares, we'll do it for whatever period of time and match notes. Maybe there's six people somewhere else can do it for a period of time and match notes. But if we can do whatever it is, that's a start. But we got to be disciplined. We got to be disciplined. Even on social media. All right, maybe I'm not the traveling time, but since you guys do traveling and trips, maybe we can share some of the things that you're doing on our social media.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the growth can become exponential because everyone's sharing what Tim and Janice does.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like with the music, everyone's sharing what Charles does. Everyone is sharing what Sam does. Everyone's sharing what Sharon does. The roadmap to self, right? Everyone's sharing what Nicole does. Everyone's sharing what Carl does. Carl, give me some input, bro.
Well, I mean, I understand all the stuff that you're doing. I pretty much live that. I don't do anything that I don't have to do, that I don't need. Well, I got some stuff to get rid of. If y'all know.
How much it cost?
When you start doing stuff, especially if you're working at something, you start accumulating a whole bunch of stuff, and at the end of the day, you use it 2 or 3 times, and after that, there's no need for it. And then with technology, is something else,
Right.
But it I guess it's doable. Like I said, because I don't do a lot of stuff that I don't need. Haven't been doing that for a long time, but it's doable. The only thing though, depending on what it is and the focus and your niche and stuff like that,
Right.
There's some things that you got to just focus on, and then and then some people, that's their escape. They need an escape every week.
Yeah, I think that's partially some of our challenges. I know some people, they can't keep still, and I don't mean anyone specifically here, but some people can't keep still, meaning that if you say, hey, we're not going to do X, Y, Z for 2 months. Oh, okay. But then they get antsy and they got to do something anyway. So they find themselves outside of the box, outside of the agreement. And it's tough because we've been conditioned, and the marketers on TV, on radio, on internet are hitting us like, you can't do anything while someone trying to sell you something or sway you in a particular way. But I know we could probably talk about this a lot. But Carl, we talked a lot about my project, and I know that's the purpose of this call. But you've been doing some things with Leon from the 5 Heartbeats, and the same guy from, he's been in so many different movies, but he's also a musician. And what are some of the cities that you guys have hit so far, and where you slated to be in the upcoming month or 2? You talked about it at the top of the hour, but let's recap that.
With Leon?
The Peoples, the group you're performing with.
Well, I believe they're going to do a city winery tour, so that's going to be everywhere there's a city winery. We've got a couple of events in New York. Supposedly was mentioned to come down to Maryland. Supposed to be in Boston on January 11th. March 1st, we're in Chicago again.
In Maryland, when is that Maryland day? What is that?
the last thing I heard was the 12th, but I don't know if they was working something out. I don't know.
12th of November, December.
Okay.
Mm.
But I don't know, we were all together this weekend, but I haven't heard anything else, since, but it's got quite a few dates, lined up. And then there's a couple of other events and other people that I have that's doing some stuff all over the place. Because you might see Force MD soon. They're doing a bunch of stuff. You might see, there's some groups that's doing some things now, so.
So another question for you in regards to working with Leon, what's it like working with an actor / musician with such notoriety?
He just keeps acting up, man. No.
Oh man,
no, it's cool. It's cool. He happens to be a real cool guy and stuff, and he's really into doing doing the music stuff. He's working on. He's got a couple of pictures coming out soon. I think it's a Christmas picture and a couple of other things. But it's. I mean, I've been doing this for a while and playing for so many groups. It's just work.
Yeah.
It's just another day at work.
Do you
another day in the office? Huh?
Do you still love it, or I mean,
I don't know why I keep doing this stuff.
I would say, why you like being a slave to the process?
I don't even keep why I keep doing all this stuff. I do so much stuff, and I don't know why I keep doing it.
What's that song called? I don't know why I love you. I just love you.
That's
that old song. That's what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let me jump over to Sam real quick. Sam, so I know you've got a project that you've worked on. I know the project is completed. You trying to wait for your daggone birthday? God Lord, I'm trying to hear this.
You did it.
Nah, but my stuff is out. The public is waiting on you. The public is your public is waiting on you. They trying to get to know you. So tell us a little bit about the project and tell us when it's potentially going to come out.
Well, my birthday is January the 14th.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I'm promoting the project, but I'm not dropping. I was going to drop the album on that date, but I'm gonna drop probably 3 singles.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna build up to the album. The album is gonna have 12 tracks on it. And I, like you said, these projects are your baby. If you've seen me, you've came through this studio about 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hip hop and R&B. Of course, Nikki is all over the place on it. And we sit down and just have ideas. I build the foundation, come up with the music, and write the lyrics, get the chorus down. Then I go in deep thought about what should really go on the song. And I'm sorry, I know I'm moving quickly, but this music came about because I felt like my music candle blew out.
Mm.
And I think we went over to Charles' home to eat or something. It was something at Charles' house, and he took me to his studio in his house, the video equipment, the music equipment, and I went crazy.
You blaming it on me.
And I asked myself, why did I let this die? And Charles and I start talking about, man, we need to do a tour called the Don't Die With Your Dreams tour and all this stuff. But before I even left his house, I think I spent at least $3,000 because I was like, I need my equipment back. I need to get equipment to get back in this music. And ever since that day, I've been full speed ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Charles.
Oh, sorry, darling Nikki.
Just
tap the budget a little bit.
But the music movement, it's called More Than Music. It's the More Than Music movement. And so, today we don't have the outlets, and I'm a 80s, 90 baby. I grew up on Cosby Show. I grew up on What's Happening. Those are the shows that were family oriented. And today you don't have that many outlets. Like I can watch the Jeffersons all day. I can watch Sanford and Son. But all of those shows had a family component about it.
So give us a
And
feel for the theme of the album. Like, what is the album talking about? Not specifically, but generally,
yeah,
what kind of a feel? I like what you said. It's called, what's called, the everything music? What do you call it?
more than music.
More than music. So is there a title for the album, and what can people expect? Is it educational? Is it straight up hip hop? A lot of profanity, hard in your face? What kind of feel?
Not believe it or not one curse word.
What? What kind of hip hop you doing, man?
Not one rhyme about a gun.
What kind of beep 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 is this?
Not one statement about killing somebody.
Okay.
Good.
And
that's good.
and usually, I love Public Enemy. Public Enemy was able to execute the entertainment and the message. You can't just, you got Dead Prez, you got people who's awesome at the message. But I think you gotta kind of entertain and put the pill inside the food. You can't just preach. Nobody wants to, from my standpoint, just want you to preach to them. And so the music is amazing. The choruses are amazing. The writing is planned out and thoughtful. Like I wrote down some of the titles of the songs like Black Powder, Face of God, which will be the last song on the album. Whispers, really talk about how demonic spirits and these voices in our head to do things we have no business doing. Of course, I got a classic song about a girl, Bad Girl, which is amazing. Another song called Dear Diary. The title of the album is called The Book of Sam.
Nice.
Yeah. And so it's really about growing up, my childhood in Kenilworth, DC. The record label is called Pond Street Media, which is the street that I grew up on. And I think it's time to have music that talks about systemic racism, current politics, and what we should be doing and could do to create this blueprint for our people to get away from this toxic music.
So you basically shooting dope in the IV, but they don't know it. You're gonna hypnotize them, and they're not gonna know what's hitting them. They're gonna be like trying to figure out, oh, why I like this song. Oh, I didn't know that's what it's about. But meanwhile, they've been singing a song for days or weeks, and the message just sounded like sneaks its way into their.
Yeah. Well, you've been to some of the sessions, so I think the thing is not unique because Roots and different people have did the same thing, but I've had a violinist come in and play on tracks. I've had a bass player, a keyboardist, R&B male singers. The next album, I'm gonna have a whole church choir on there. And so I'm just trying to bring the art, the visual, the audio and the visual. I'm speaking to a young lady who has a ballet team. I'm speaking to mimes. I have so many ideas in my head on how I want to present this package.
Don't die with your dreams, son.
And I don't think people are ready. I don't think people are ready for what's going to happen on January the 14th. That song is the first song is actually called Ricky Bobby. It's a little play, little humor, but it's about what's going on in politics today. And then Nick and I have a song called My Place. My Place is a dedication to what's happening around the world with war. What's happening in Ukraine. What's happening with Israel and the Strip. So
let me get some feedback from Nick. Nick, what's your feeling about his project?
My feeling about the project, I would say it's eclectic. It's definitely it's heavy R&B, but it's most definitely hip hop. because it's definitely a lot of soul. It's a lot of almost like Negro spiritual type background into it.
Right.
It's like calling on the ancestors. It's like waking up the new generation. It's a lot of, to me, it reminds me of like something that you would see on like a down home movie. Maybe I'm thinking like almost for some reason right now, what's coming to mind is like the movie Sinners. And how it's a lot of imagery with background. So it's information. It's information, it's knowledge, it's power, but it's also subliminal messages. And so to me, it's a little something for everyone. Like my grandmother, before she passed, we had let her hear one of the songs and she started singing the chorus. So, and I was like, okay, so if it was catchy for her, I know it's going to be catchy for, that generation.
I wish I could have put that on video. That's
come on.
Yes, played it for her in the living room. And as soon as it cut off, she started singing the chorus. And I'm like, really? Which was my part anyway. So it just was, it was intriguing that she thought it was catchy. And so like the people that have heard it, I think it's going to be cross genre, because I could hear some church, like I said, almost like Negro spiritual type things in it. I could hear some R&B in it. I can hear some hip hop in it, and old school and new school. Yeah. So I think it's just a good mix.
What you got, Carl? You there, Carl?
That would help, right? Y'all didn't see that, right?
No. Oh, by the way, Tigressa jumps in and said, great conversation. Unfortunately, she's an artist, but she missed the show. She has a great song out called A Minute With You, and she does a Natalie Cole review, which is out of this world. I've heard some of the clips, and she is just an awesome vocalist. Maybe one day we'll all get to be on that same platform together, but she's a really good vocalist. Tigressa sings Natalie. Cool. But go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry, you were saying, sir?
Oh no, I was saying, you said January 14th is your target date for release, to do your release.
Yeah, for the Ricky Bobby single. It's gonna be 3 singles, and then I'm gonna find a date to release that album with 12 songs on it.
Is there a video that will be with it, or just straight out audio?
Yeah, it will be video. Matter of fact, I'm working with a team of animators.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sparing no expense to really create. I'm not gonna say it hasn't been done before, but I'm just trying to make it. Nicole used the term eclectic. Just trying to make it real diverse.
I didn't hear no response from Nicole when you said you sparing no expense. I'm sorry, she didn't say anything.
I did, but I said it under my breath. but what I said was, he ain't lying.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I can say this as an artist, I really enjoy not just creating music and of course not just performing, but when you make your song or there's an accommodating music video to go with the song, it's an extra boost. I get excited because my team, we put together videos. I work with Only Greatness Media, which is Miss Chris, the smart video girl. I work with Cool Room Entertainment, TO, from time to time, and then my company, Affordable Advertising. Between the 3 companies, it's just so much fun creating a music video, and I just love it. The art of creativity and innovation just oozes all through, there's creativity in everything, but I don't know. I just love what I can do with it. And I ain't got nothing to do with AI either.
Can I say something about Dell's 3 songs that's coming out, and hopefully the album. After hearing what Nikki had to say, sometimes when I just, put my little finger up here and just start thinking, and I'm like, you just have no idea. You're about to hit the jackpot, my buddy. This is perfect timing for this right now. I think January is way too long for it, but at the end of the day, timing is right this moment. Just to hear how Nikki described the songs, and people are yearning for this type of information, this type of music, this type of entertainment right now. So if that can inspire you to throw some snippets out there, I think people are going to bite now. Y'all know I'm in the federal government, and the federal government is shut down right now. It's about to hit the record tomorrow, and there's people all over this area who need some inspiration. They've taken away DIA, where you can, what's it, DEI?
DEI.
DEI.
I was going to name the album DEI.
I know that's right. Where you can no longer get history educated from us in the federal government. I mean, by this time, we would have millions of dollars out there to teach individuals about history and culture on so many different platforms. Right now, we're suppressed, and people are waiting for someone to say, okay, when you going to bring us back to who we are? When you going to educate us about, what we're trying to do? They're waiting for this. So, hint.
Well, Carl, Tim, and Janice, and Sharon, y'all know that that old affirmation or slogan, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, right?
Get it out there.
We know that. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there. Bam.
And then one more thing is that this is just a bridge. Like, I've been doing working in impoverished communities for over 20 years, and this is really an avenue to start some things that I want to do, hopefully philanthropic, maybe not so direct, or maybe direct, because I feel like we need to focus. You all may say, well, what about the young girls? I really feel that we Black men need to focus on these young Black boys and filling these gaps and expose them like my godson. We love taking him. We have a friend who have a boat. We love to take him out there and let him get on the boat. Like, see these things that you wouldn't ordinarily see. Yeah. And these experiences, because he will never forget those experiences. And hopefully they plant a seed in him to want more out of life and know that there is more. And I think we have to give that back. This is, in speaking in Kentucky, I talked about how God has given us all a blueprint. He knew us before we were even born.
Facts.
And so when you can go to these communities and people actually listen, you can go to these communities and nothing happens to you, and you can get government to come and support, and nonprofits to come and support this family who desperately needs to move because they just lost a 16-year-old child to gun violence. Like, this is your blueprint, your schematics, and God has given you these gifts to do His bidding.
And it's a sign that it's time to take action, because what you just spoke to is it's more than real, because I can take you back. I hate to say it for a loose phrase, hate, meaning it's unfortunate, but going back almost maybe 50 years ago, I had that experience going to places like the Fresh Air Fund, sleeping with families that I don't know. Here, this little inner city kid staying with white families, being exposed to their way of life, and those experiences have never left me. I truly think that I'm still the person I would have been, but because I had that experience, I think internally it enhanced the Charles that I became. And being able to play, for example, organized basketball, we lost every single game, but I had an opportunity to do what thousands upon thousands of boys never have done. Get my own jersey, travel, meet other boys, go in other communities. So you're right when you say, girls have their opportunity. Women bond better than men with boys, but we do need to be able to reach these young men and expose them to things like you do with Eric. Like you say, he'll never forget those experiences. And as an old head, I'm a living testimony that is spot on, because when I was a kid, 8, 9 years old, sleeping in nature camp, I ain't sleeping in no daggone woods in a tent, but that's what we did. We woke up every morning finding dry twigs to start our fire, going to the big house, getting supplies to come back to the campground. And that was our breakfast before a nature hunt or a nature route, So those are things that coming up in the inner city, other families wasn't doing that, but I was privy to that. And it wasn't about being rich, but I was privy to that.
Yeah, exposure is everything. Exposure is everything. And Charles, the reason I bring that up is because somebody poured into me. Nicole, did you ever find that picture of Mr. Klein? So I got a quick story. So when I was 6 years old, when I was 6 years old, I was placed in foster care, me and 2 of my siblings. And because my behavior was off the chain, they had me in Northeast. I was in Northeast DC over by Kenilworth. I grew up in Kenilworth. They put me up with a foster family over by the shrimp boat. So I'm 6 years old, 6, 7 years old. It wasn't hard for me to figure out how to get back home. Unfortunately, I had a big mouth. So they said, yeah, he's going to try to get back. He's going to try to get back. We still here?
Yeah.
Okay, my camera changed. He's going to try to get back home. So they put me out Silver Spring, Maryland. So when they put me out Silver Spring, Maryland, I think I was at Pinecrest Elementary. And my behavior was off the chain. And there was a teacher named Mr. Klein, a white teacher. And for some reason, he sat me down and we bonded so well. He didn't look down on me because of my behavior issues. I think he had to read my record and know where I came from and what was wrong with me. But this is a guy who on weekends took me fishing in the back. He had a lake in the back of his house. We went fly fishing in the back of his home. His wife cleaned the fish. He cooked the fish. We ate the fish. He let me run plays and write poetry in the classroom and then put on plays. Like, he took me from this low frequency place to make me almost embarrassed to act out, because the whole school would say, oh, I had a name change. So, hey, Sam, I know that's not you behaving in that manner, because everybody knew me. And when I moved out here to Waldorf, I actually was able to find him on what is it, LinkedIn or whatever it's called. Yeah, LinkedIn. I was able to find him, and he actually came out here. And man, I was like 6 years old all over.
I remember that. He raised your vibrations. Yeah.
So if multiple people poured into me, I believe we can do the same thing with this younger population, because what they're watching is shoot 'em up, bang bang. That becomes your universe when that's all you absorb. And there's so many other things that we can expose these kids to, and so many different walks of life, and people who can pour into them like I was poured into.
Yeah, that's definitely great insight. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that shared their time and gave perspective on the show, and even talking about our economic position and feasibility of us doing something greater than what we've done thus far. And I think with all of our backgrounds, we may not be able to conquer the world, but we can do some things if we really perhaps maybe meet offline and try to have something structured put in place and see what we come up with, and then hopefully make it a reality, whatever that could be. But I definitely appreciate everyone that came out to the show, everyone that had great commentary, Tigressa and Janice and Tim and Sam and Nicole, Sharon, Carl. I mean, it's just always great when we can pour into each other and get positive energy out there. Any closing comments, Carl?
Just keep on doing what y'all doing. You're great. I want autograph pictures from everybody before y'all blow up. Just keep going.
There you go. There you go. Well, with that being said, folks, until the next time, be part of the energy.
Love it. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Sir Charles Carey. I want you to join me on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. for the Tru-Mu podcast, True Music. That's where we talk about all things.
I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, producer, engineer.
All things creative.
Me and my co-host, Carl T. Smith, the smooth one, will be glad to hear you, glad to talk.